Hey guys, my name is Zack. Today we're working on a Commander Appo upgrade for the Hot Toys 1/6 scale figure. You'll have to forgive me, I'm a bit under the weather today, so my voice is a bit rough, but at any rate, Commander Appo, one of my favorite clones. He's a clone that is in the Clone Wars, he's in the old Legends book. He also features very prominently in the merchandise, obviously with Hot Toys, Black Series, and he's one of the main 501st clones given screen time in Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. And if you know from Clone Wars, his armor was a little bit different. He used to have this really cool arrow on the top of his helmet. This is obviously inspired by Appa from Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is a animated show that Dave Filoni worked on, and so that's obviously the inspiration for Appo the clone. And there are many other inspirations from The Last Airbender in Star Wars, but this is just one of them. Now, this is actually a project that I tried, God, I want to say like 6 months ago. I used a Warhammer 40k Ultramarines decal, and while it looked okay, the decal was too small and the neck size up was much too large. My decals are also really old, and they chipped, and they looked really ugly. But recently I got a Cricut, shout out to Manny and Marissa, and I've been using it to add some details to my figures, and the permanent vinyl that I use, it takes paint really well, and I'm excited to attempt this project again. So we'll start with the Appo helmet, or at least in this case a 501st helmet, which is sent to me by Commander Fordo from the chat. And the measurements that we need are the width of the mohawk on the helmet. We also need the approximate width that we want the arrow to be in relation to the stripe, and then we also need the height from the end of the mohawk to right above the black stripe on the helmet. And those three measurements, along with the proportions of the arrow, are going to dictate how we designed the I guess like the 3D file, which I'll be saving it as an SVG, so it'll be a two-dimensional file that we're making. Now, again, this is me looking at some reference shots here. The Clone Wars helmets from the TV show are a little different proportion than the Hot Toys helmet, and so while I do try to preserve the proportions of the arrow as best as possible, they do look a little bit different. So here I'm just making sure everything looks really good. I've never actually used this for making SVGs, but I do know you need to take the 3D file and intersect it with the ground plane, and in doing that, it allows you to save the file as an SVG. So I couldn't figure that out at first, but that's a pro tip there. We'll go ahead and put this into the Cricut Maker Studio. I do really love the Cricut. In fact, I genuinely get the same enjoyment out of using the Cricut as I do the 3D printer. It's such a fun tool. My wife and I make t-shirts and all kinds of things, greeting cards, birthday cards for friends. It's a really fun tool. And in this case, we're going to start using it for Zack's Wonderland to offer some custom products. So this is a very, very small vinyl decal that we're doing. To put it in perspective, most of the cuts that we do are like 10 inches by 10 inches. So this one is, about a third of an inch, so it's very small. And we'll look at the Cricut here. We're using Make Market matte vinyl. This is a permanent vinyl. I believe it's waterproof, weatherproof, all that stuff. It's mostly for like tumblers. But once you let it set for about 48 hours, it is very difficult to remove. It can be removed, it's just kind of a pain in the butt. But we will take our file there, and we will begin cutting. And yeah, this machine is super cool, and it works very fast. More intricate cuts, it can take a while, but this is certainly not what I would consider an intricate cut by any means, and it blows through this real quick. In fact, this is real-time footage, and it, I think this was 12 to 15 decals in one line, so this goes very fast. So we really don't have a lot of waste as well, which is nice. Now that the decals are cut, we will pull the sort of negative off, and it leaves us with our decals, and they're very easy to apply. You just use a little bit of pressure. Obviously you don't want to crease the vinyl decal or get an air bubble in there, but this shape is so small that I really didn't have any trouble with that. And this is what that decal looks. I think it looks really good. Tried to find a middle ground between the Clone Wars animated helmet and the Hot Toys. So yeah, this is what it looks like with a little bit of paint. Obviously I need to color match just a little bit better, but if you want to set, send me a message on Instagram. It's Zack's, Z-A-C-K S .Wonderland, and I'd be happy to send you a set. These will be fairly inexpensive, and you know, I'll be shipping them with stamps, so it should be pretty cheap. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you want a set, like I said, send me a message and we'll hook you up. Thanks.